We are live from my living room. Tori Bowman with Bone Wellness Training. Here comes Carrie. There she is. Live as promised, Wednesday, halfway through the week. We're going to get into our live demonstration of one of our workouts from our 6-week intermediate fitness challenge. We're going to change the order slightly today. We kind of make it an executive decision here. We're going to demonstrate or showcase or coach our metabolic programming. A good mix between some interval HIIT training exercises as well as some weighted stuff. Figured that would be the best bet for us. Carrie, you have anything to say to our audience today?
Not really.
We're both kind of feeling a little blessed, so hopefully this workout will help kick us up a notch. We're going to actually do the pre-workout survey, as we always do with our fitness app. How was your sleep quality last night?
It was really good.
Nice. Mine was
weird dreams, but it was good.
nice. Mine was meh. So I'm gonna put an okay for both of us here. Mood?
Not awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I would an okay too. Energy? Well, I'm a little tired.
I think I'm
Good. Average? Right down the middle again. Okay. And then stress levels. Buried or relaxed?
good. In between.
Yeah, I'm about okay too. Soreness?
Still pretty sore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sore too.
Life is interesting.
Collectively, we're going to put it 2. All right. Coach instruction is ready to go. We're going to do it for a complete circuit, top to bottom. Getting right into it. So, as per usual, we want to start with a very dynamic mobility warm-up sequence. So we can do that together. We have practice doing this.
So yeah.
How about some of these? Okay, excellent. So again, focus here, extending off the back foot, earning dorsiflexion, pushing the hip through and taking all that collapsed, compressed body parts and tissues and opening them up to the opposite end, slowly and surely, getting hip extension as part of that warm-up routine. We only need about 6 to 8. Then we will switch to our side bends, getting us ready for transition, side lunging, and opening up our side fascial line. Remember, we're going to load our ankle joint, knee joint, hip joint cohesively to one particular side. And we'll sit against the grain. Remember, we're going to sit back into our hips as Carrie's demonstrating. Oh, so pristine, of course. Remember, slow and steady is our goal here. Our arms start a little wider for these bad boys. Now, because we're going to get into some more dynamic movements today, more so than some other programs we've done, we're going to do our step over exercise. So shoulder blades are down and back, pelvis is in. We're going to step over that front leg. When I step over, remember, we don't want that foot coming aggressively ahead. Rather, it's creeping right in front of us. We should feel stretch down the back of our knee and our hips, getting that internal rotation. Shoulder blades down and back, pelvis extends through.
I'm too mobile. I don't feel this.
Carrie's like Gumby, straight elastic, and then there's me, stiff as a board. All different dynamics. Regardless, we still want to prime these movements. Last one. Good. Okay. Now we'll get those hamstrings opened up. We're going to step back and engage that front foot into dorsiflexion and reach. When I step back, I'm focusing on keeping my back as flat as possible. Almost like somebody's pulling string out of their shoulder blades. Same with their pelvis, it's like tilted back. When I go to step, the big takeaway with this one, I don't want to have this foot crossing over quite yet. I want to load the foot as straight as possible. So I'm almost pushing my knee out a bit, keeping it flat. That's how I'll really get length out of the hamstring. We don't want it straining or popping off because we don't simply give it the space it needs in line with our Achilles and our hips. We're touching butts. It is hump day and all.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so that could take care of that said standing profile. We'll mark that as completed on this list, of course. And then we're going to go into our elbow to knee lunge and get right into it. We only have so much time today. Carrie, take it away for our elbow to knee lunge. Step through. Remember, when we're stepping through, shoulder blades are down and back. I want to align that assisting hand, or the hand that places first, in line with the foot rather than putting it aggressively ahead. We keep our back flat. When we do step into this long, lengthy position, of course, we're not rounding our back, elevated down and back. Pelvis is kind of tucked in a bit. All warmed up?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Of course she is. Okay. So we're both going to do this first exercise. Remember discus throw? Yeah. Remember this.
My spine is ready for that one.
Spine's a little janky today.
We're
We all
gonna
do.
go pretty light.
We're going to go pretty light. I'm going to hit a 10 here.
I did it with a 15 last week and it was a little rough.
That is a little heavy. Very She-Ra Wonder Woman going super heavy. You don't need a lot of weight for this one. Remember, it's about momentum and a diagonal kick out. So I really want to sell that distinct movement through my feet, through that pivot point, and weight I'll drive into the ground. And it's a really strong whip. And I'll take my guiding hand and stop it from going overboard. So if I was here, I sit into it, my hips, swing through and kick it. Need about 8 to 10. Remember, you can always sit into that set profile, get your feet to really express the rotation. If that's too aggressive, you have some injuries, you can always slow it down and just simply pull here and press out. It's important to continually go and make progressions and regressions where we see fit. And we'll switch sides. Oy. Carrie's really letting her go there. You can see different tempos here. She might throw that weight outside of the house at this point. She's got lots of strength.
Last week with my mittens.
She's strong as an ox. All right. That completes our discus throw. How many reps did we get? Like 10 each?
10,
Yeah, we did 10. Sweet. Okay. Next exercise. Pretty self-explanatory. And again, you can make progressions or regressions. We're going to do an elevated push-up. So your feet will be elevated. I want to show the crowd here. I'm going to put my feet on top of something. It doesn't need to be this aggressive, like I'm on top of my couch. You just move over a bit.
That was mine off a step, but I'm just gonna not
Right? You can.
elevated, so.
Yeah, and Carrie can even demonstrate what a regular push-up looks like. It really depends on your fitness level, if you have any injuries. Again, we're putting our feet up here. Key to this, as with any push-up, I don't let my pelvis let go and kind of push through here. I'm thinking pelvis stays engaged, shoulder blades are down and back. When I push, I drive, and I don't bellow or let my lower back bend down aggressively.
How many are we doing?
We're going to do 10 to 12. Looking good. Last one for me. Excellent. That was that particular exercise, the elevated push-up.
It's gross.
It's gross. Okay. Next one we're going to do, we'll have to do it one at a time. We're doing a pivot punch. Take it away, Carrie.
What are we doing?
The pivot punch. Ha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we doing it with weights?
We're doing it with weights. I can demo without weights, but definitely going to do it with weights.
Now, if you don't have weights, you can be like me and grab 2 cans of beans.
Gotta
I did
get
that
creative.
last week.
I get creative. I won't steal her fire. You take it away. I'll stand in the background.
Why?
You teach them how to do it.
I
Good
mean, it's
stuff.
not really that difficult.
There we go. Good stuff. Remember, the connection comes from your hip driving through, and this is for time, so we're going to do about 20 seconds. Same as that discus throw, we really want to sell the distinct extension through our feet, through our hips, and through our core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. With this program, we go as fast as we can with little breaks. We're trying to sweat. We're trying to boost our metabolic rate. Great. Okay, we can do this one together. Sprint through your knee, sit up.
It's gross.
Gross, yes. The word of the day is gross. So with the sprinter's knee setup, as the name suggests, when we sprint, we don't cross over aggressively. So when we go to sit up out of this position, remember I'm just going straight up. I want to try to get up as high as I can onto my glutes. As I extend through, my knees and my elbows drive at the same time. Key to a healthier sit-up is not to round your back aggressively. Think you're pulling your shoulder blades back. And keep your head back too. There's no need to round your neck. We will do 16. I've got 4 more.
And then.
Go speed racer. Go speed racer. Carrie's on it today. She's energized. Good work. Sprinter's knee sit up completed. What's next? That's 16 reps. Oh. Dumbbell side raise. What do we got here? We got these handy dial weights. I'm going to crank these bad boys up. Getting pretty heavy. I'm going to go 15 per side. Now again, if you're choosing numbers here, and side raises are pretty difficult, you don't need a lot of weight. It's about 4 moles. I'm going to go with 15 pounds here. Carrie's showing just a traditional side lunge, traditional side raise. We can also get dynamic as the exercise suggests. And we can get into a split stance lunge. And as we're coming up, we will lift our arms. Key to a good lunge again. Pelvis stays in a neutral position. I don't want to be aggressively leaning forward or leaning back. Elevator down the back, I shove my knees out. And as I make my way up, I'm raising.
You fly.
Fly, yes. Again, 5 to 7 is good because you're going to do both legs. Folks at home get to see my messed up foot in action here. We still get it done, just recruiting all the right areas effectively. Good stuff. And that is our lunge with the side raise. What is next? I'm freezing through these. I think the true champion we are. Oh, we'll do this one together. Remember our breakdowns for leg throughs? That word again, gross.
I didn't say anything.
I filled in the blanks. Okay, so.
I'll just curse you while you're doing it.
Okay, break that into leg throughs. We get in a bear crawl position. As we kick through, it's just a quick kick because we want a quick transition. So, and now this position, I will stand through, reach the one leg, and then come back. Once I get the hang of it, I want to do it rather quick. And again, we do this for time. Let's do 20 seconds worth. 12, 13, 18, 19, and 20. Excellent. Just running through these. Like the champions we all are. Very good. Set 15, you went 20 seconds. No big deal. All right. Next exercise. Our sit up to tabletop. Just gonna get a quick sip of water here. We're doing about 10 to 12 here. So the key for this one, regular old sit up. And once we get at the height of that sit up, we're gonna place your hands behind us, pulling your shoulder blades back. Keep your head back. Use your full footprint and launch as high as your body will allow. Transition back in. So 1, 2.
Really opening that chest.
Exactamundo. You'll get that as long as you're keeping your head back and you're selling that initial intentional shoulder blade position. You see, when I drive here, first thing I do, pull the shoulder blades back. Use my footprint, push up. Woo! I got 2 more. It is hump day and all, so you know. Doing those dynamic humps out.
Putting in the work.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, getting fun again. We'll both take one here. We can both do this. We're doing our.
As soon as your trainer says we're doing fun, you know it's not gonna be.
Yeah. Well, you eventually get there. How much weight do you want? We're doing our side plank with the either reverse fly or the side raise.
Like 5.
She's going 5. That one's for you. I'm going to stay rather heavy here. I'm going to stick 12 and a half. Now again, you get an option for this particular exercise. You can sit into a side plank profile and do a side raise, or you can do a reverse fly. I always recommend the reverse fly because there isn't a lot of exercises in this particular program where you're getting that reverse fly or that rear delt work. So again, you have a choice. Take high out of that profile, head to back, a little bit to back, pelvis is in. You can either side raise, or I can reverse fly. I'm going to go with reverse. Harry's going to show us the side raise. Again, our magic number hopefully is 8 to 12. Woo! An executive decision seeming wonderful at this point. I say this now, maybe I'll start cursing myself soon enough. All right, back in there. Oh, Lord, this is fierce. I got 2 more. Woo! Killing it. Nice job. These dial weights, I tell you, on point.
They're pretty handy dandy.
We'll put it in there at 12.5 reps. Or sorry, 12.5 pounds. Good stuff.
Oh, Danny.
Okay. Back to the HIIT training. Yeah. You or me.
I mean,
Who's teaching the crowd?
I can do it in the hallway. I don't care.
She's doing it in the hallway. I'll teach the crowd. Okay, this one gets real fun.
Yeah, so fun.
So fun. We're going to do our broad jump, 4 mini jumps, and then we're going to do our hockey skaters. Just going to move Gary's bag over a little bit here. You do our broad jump, I get as low as I can. As I'm driving through, I extend with everything using my hands. And when I land, I'm trying to land rather softly. 4 mini guys coming back. Then we're going to go for a hockey skater. We allow the shoulder girdle to rotate. We pull our arms across intentionally and match our feet position. That way we don't stop abruptly and injure anything.
Heart rate central.
Heart rate central. All that counts as 1. We're going to try about 5 to 8 here. Key when I'm jumping for any type of distance or I'm really selling out for plyometrics, land low. No need to decelerate at a high position. It's a lot of inflammation or unjust impact into the joints. Allow your muscle groups to absorb that jump. We got 2 more. Carrie's jumping away in our kitchen. And at that point, looks like it's time for a quick break. Grab some water, take a quick break. We did 7 reps there. Fantastic. Oh. Is that going to be too heavy for you for kettlebell swing?
Oh no.
Carrie's going to show us the kettlebell swing. Now, I'll show with the dumbbell. Ideally, you want to do a kettlebell swing with, obviously, kettlebell. You got to work with what you got. Carrie's got a pretty heavy kettlebell there, that's all I have. She's going to demonstrate a double-armed kettlebell swing. I will demonstrate a single arm. Key to a very good kettlebell swing is, if you can see, as Carrie's moving through this, there isn't a lot of squatting per se. Essentially what we're doing is we're hinging at the hips and we're using our extension to really earn that proper pendulum force and hardcore acceleration that should happen in the middle of our mechanics. This is really good for running without the impact as much. I guess I'll demonstrate a one-arm kettlebell swing. This one's for time, of course. I would start with 2 arms. And this is one exercise where you don't really need to screw your legs or torque your legs outward. You actually want to pull them in a bit to get at the height of that stay nice. Extend through. Once I get the pendulum force and I know how high it's going, I'll exchange at the top. So, 1.
The thing with this one is you never really want to try and lift the weight. You really want to have that momentum going.
Absolutely. It's all about power, force, and understanding the true instincts of a strong hip hinge. This works everything, including your glutes, hamstrings, and core, a lot, shoulder blades as well. Shoulders almost move on their moorings rather than you restricting the swing. Oh, that's kettlebell swing. Good stuff. We did like 30 seconds easy. So it was time for us. Okay. Oh. Semicircle, mountain climbers. Again, another exercise done for time. If you have a limited space in your area, stick to regular old mountain climbers. You got a little bit extra space. You will start to maneuver and rotate around the dynamics of where you've placed your hands. You only want a semicircle. So, in that case, I was here. I'm driving and getting full pulls and full pullbacks. And as I'm driving through, I bring my hands slightly. Key for me, I need to keep my shoulder blades pinned in. My pelvis also pinned in as well. I'm not all over the place. I'm really loading it through my core. Carrie's demonstrating a flat or a linear mountain climb, both very effective. Okay, so I'll go another 10 seconds here, showing that dynamic of rotating. You have to do it quick. You want to earn those full extensions before you're committing to that rotation. Excellent. That is our mountain climbers. We did about 15 seconds there, right? Of course we did. Carrie's wild and working out in a full sleeves. I would sweat to death.
Yeah, I'm really hot right now. It's like pants and shirt.
Metabolic, right? That's why we're here. All right, crossover V sit-ups.
I'm gonna do a single leg because those are fucking hard.
What she said. Now, you have a choice. You can either do what she's going to show here. Remember how it is? Where it's a single leg crossover. Or, as the name suggests, we're going to take both legs and we're going to do it at a diagonal approach. Quite advanced. Remember, you can always pull regressions if you need to. In this case, we're going to actually cross our leg on the opposite side, and our legs will come up, and our arms will chop the opposite way. We're going to do the crossover V sit-up. Stick the 6 to 8 on one side, and we'll do 6 to 8 on the other. Oof. Last one for me, you know. Good. All right, and the other side. It's a great exercise to determine which side is more dysfunctional than the other one. I am not nearly as proficient on this side, but makes sense. Had tons of injuries on this side. Ah, this one. Good. Killing it. And that is our crossover V sit-up. Oh.
No, don't get me excited now. Oh, my favorite. I did these yesterday.
The time we've been waiting for now. I got an evil smile here. We're going to do our dumbbell levitating lunge. Now, a lot of what we do in workouts, we're always trained to do ballistic or impactful stuff. Are we matching that or balancing that out with eccentric work? If we're not, we really put ourselves at risk for injuries. So it's important and relative to create some form of deceleration or eccentric work where you're training those muscle tissues, you train your body parts to hold firm and stable and understand the forms of impact and absorb it. We're always training very impactful stuff over a period of time that wears out. So it's important and imperative again to add exercises to this. Once you get the hang of this, of course, you can add some weight, which I'll demonstrate here. You may see in the video using the app. And again, because it's an eccentric type of workout, you don't need a lot of repetitions. We're talking like 3 to 5 per side. So same rules apply. I'm here. I want to what we call strip the leg, curling it underneath, keeping that consistency in our shape. And we go down as low as we can, holding that posture. And we just come up with a regular tempo. You can add the extra step that Carrie's doing where the knee comes forward and then maneuvers into that set position. Really mimics or helps run mechanics, ingraining it into your head. We're also getting an increased metabolic workout because, of course, I have the oven on. Getting ready to cook us lunch after here, or we'll starve. So it's a little hot in here. Now she's like, well, that makes sense, you bastard. Yeah. All right. This is so much fun. God bless us for creating this, eh, Kier?
God bless.
Yes. All right.
Sharing the wealth.
Yeah. Oh, my leg may give out here. If it does, feel free to laugh, send in comments. Oh, yeah. And that's our levitating lunge. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating up a storm here. I'm watching Cops. Shout out to Step Brothers for keeping us laughing for years. Yeah, we did 3 reps instead of 5, but we're like, oh boy. Now we're gonna probably, we could probably do that one too.
Yeah, do it with one.
Yeah, we could try with one. We'll do it with one, but as the demonstration will show us, I'll let Carrie demonstrate first. We're gonna do our Donkey Kong, deep squat, and overhead press. You're gonna pick the necessary weight, just Wheel of Fortuning that bad boy in there. She chose 1 because she's an animal.
What?
Yeah. Not to worry, I will also choose 1. I'm gonna go lightish. We're talking 17.5. Now, typically speaking, when doing this, she's gonna do it with 1 single one and show you how to do with that. You can also take 2 dumbbells. As the video would suggest, I'll show what it would look like with both dumbbells, if you will. I'll use this camera here or this phone. I'm gonna squat low. I can allow my feet to turn out slightly, and as low as I can handle, I'll squat. I'll curl it in, and as I start to progress up, I'll push and rotate into an overhead press. Key for us in our moving parts, of course, is to always keep things stable and create torque for tension or stability. Carrie's squat is pristine. As you can see there, she gets the proper mobility, drives through, and the key for her is that she's pressing overhead. She really plants her presence or plants her weight distribution to the ground. Really good overhead press technique. I'm just gonna keep pushing to the ground with my feet. Instead of 8 to 10. We'll curl the phone and press that too, why not?
Holy core, Batman.
Holy core, Batman. I'm gonna switch arms just so I don't end up with one huge arm and one other one lagging behind here. Two more for me. Oh, 1 more for me. Ah, yeah. That's how it's done. Now, if I can remember which one's which here.
Left.
I'm left. Okay. Just right in everybody's face there. Okay. That's our Donkey Kong deep squat and overhead press. Put that check mark in. Oh, another one. I will have to modify this, especially if you live in an apartment building like me and you don't want a noise complaint. We're going to do our ground and pound. Okay? If you don't have that issue, grab your dumbbells, grab whatever, maybe put some cushioning underneath. You don't have to physically hit the ground. But the key for this one is I want to get in the habit of hinging. Almost like a robot. I don't want to round my back. And as I'm pulling back and hitting, I'm going to sell that distinct pull back feature. I don't want to be short. I want to think I'm really selling that rotation. Then if you have weights, you could actually physically hit the ground. Great tension in the feet, tension in your hips to really earn that shape. And just hammering away. 15 to 20 seconds per side. We are having fun here. I'm not going to do this with the dial weights or we won't have any weights. So you're not made for this. You only draw back with those. And we'll switch sides.
Cans of beans really work well.
Cans of beans work well. And if they spill out, you know, floor was hungry. Floor was hungry. Gets deep. There you go. We're looking out for everybody these days.
You're wild.
Yeah, we're a little wild. So brings in the fun here. Oh yeah, I feel like those Rock'em Sock'em robots. Remember
Those are
you
fun
I know you
games.
stand and they just.
I got pretty good at that, but realistically, it's like button mashing. So.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. All right, and that's our ground and pound. Okay, we're at our first complex. I'm demonstrating you.
What is it?
Remember our row sumo curl?
I guess.
Want me to do?
I don't care, either or.
Me no care. Carrie's
Girl.
gonna do a couple reps and I'm gonna hop in there and do a couple reps. We got quite a few complexes that we build. Obviously in the other program we had that.
Okay, coach me, coach.
So we are gonna do our bent over row into a sumo high pull into a curl. The key when I get into a bent over a hip hinge position, I never wanna allow my body to just do this. I have to be in control, hinging with some tension in my hips. Knees are going out, hinge as flat as possible. I want to support that system, so instead of standing straight, I bend through. When I go to pull, I'm wide. Okay? As we do a high pull, it's triple extension that we want to create through our ankle joint, knee joint, hip joint, like I'm jumping, and as I come through, I can even get up on my toes. I want a natural line position, and as I pull, I want to pull back. This upright row exercise is quite bad for our shoulders and impingement, but when you add hip extension and you work on the traction and pulling back, it's a safer exercise. Keep going. Good stuff. As you can see with every single motion as she goes to extend through and finish, she decelerates at some point. There's this distinct subtlety where she works on deceleration. You don't want them to swing out of control completely. One more champ, then I'm going to do in a sec. Hell yeah. Carrie's an animal. Guess how much weight she threw on there, folks. Big 2-0. And then she gave us it doesn't matter how much weight's on there. I'm going to go pretty heavy here too. You guys have got me in the zone. My energy levels have risen. Let's go heavy. We're going 35. All right. So again, focus here is as I'm earning that eccentric position. I create stability first and foremost. I row, use that explosiveness to come up. And when I'm curling, I pull my pinkies outside of my bicep, but I don't arch my back. So our row, our extension, our curl. 3 more.
Still continually trying to create that tension in his posture. There's no overarching of his back. Shoulders are not rolled forward. And we're really trying to avoid overly swinging everything here. There is some control.
What she said, oh, Jesus.
That time under tension is a bitch.
Yeah. Top than that, we want intentional results and no injuries, so that's what we do. Very good. All right. Now we can take a water break. I think we earned it. Give it a couple of minutes. We went heavy there. 35. Whew. Yeah. Back to the ridiculous HIIT style exercises. I'll let Carrie take over the reins and I'll go jump in the kitchen. Maybe turn off the oven while I'm at it. Carrie's opening the window. It's getting pretty ridiculous in here.
Thank God. What is the next one?
Remember our jumping lunges and then hockey skaters?
Oh, so like 4 and 4?
Yeah, you bet.
So like...
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me switch to our skaters. Do this for time.
Love it.
Loving it. This is like a staple for me. I'm going to do these every day. Great exercise. We have limited space. We want to work our agility. 10 seconds.
Slow down, folks.
That's why we're cooking out. We're really hungry. That's it. That'll work.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Killing it today. Hitting that
My
next.
ass still hurts from my workout with Cassandra yesterday.
Hey man, we're just working. The next time we hop on live, we'll show you how to do a very good, healthy, proactive mobility day and active recovery day. That'll be our movement quality program. Back into the complexes. This one. Half clean press. Clean. Rows. Power stroke.
No, not really, but this is the final one, yeah?
I think so. Killing it today. Amazing.
Gonna go lighter for these.
Gonna go lighter, please.
Okay.
Excellent. So we have 4 different distinct exercises here, and they're complex to make the most of our endurance, power, strength, you name it. First one we're going to do is our half clean. The half clean, I'm still going to earn the qualities of a kettlebell swing or a clean where I get pendulum extension. Once I'm here though, I'm going to turn it over and press. And each particular exercise is going to do a 5 reps long. As we create the extension, we're really working on that initial burst where the weight almost grounds yourself, and then we just use the extra swing component to get the swing to kick forward. Good. So that was that one. Now we'll actually go into an actual clean. So as she extends through, she's almost going to jump down. She'll create that extension through, and then she's going to fall back into our squat position. The key for this one, as it is explosive, what's the key squeezing component right here? Gotta really squeeze the core, shove the knees out. We typically want to keep our feet relatively straight ahead, but in clean exercises and stuff like this, you may get a bit of a turnout. That's okay. Just really focus on the tension points. One more here. Good. And then we'll do a bent over row. This is going to be 5 repetitions for this bad boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then finally, we're going to do our power shrug. So with the power shrug, you want to start it as if you're doing a negative deadlift where you're keeping tension, legs stay stiff or straightish, pushing the knees out. Once we hit that threshold where we know there's no more length here, we'll load our posture, load our hips, and we're going to explode through, finish on our toes, just like they're clean, but I'm not going to overextend. I'll just get here and shrug up. And I can even use the weights and leverage them coming behind us. That way we're earning that proper elevation with a lot of other strength, a lot of other components that we can translate or use in sports, right? We do jump quite a bit if we're playing sports. A lot of sports involve jumping. If I'm climbing a mountain or something, I need to jump up to something, that can happen. Or if, of course, I'm owning my kids in a wrestling match, right? You might want to really show them who's boss. 2 more, dear. Then I'll get in there and do my set as well. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in today. Alright. Take a different perspective. Mobile over here, and then stiff as a board is going to show you what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm a little too hypermobile though, so
All in due time.
learning control and stability, my friends.
That's why we mixed and matched our programs. Okay. Alright. I'm going to move my phone just in case. I need that eating the dust or eating the floor afterwards. So again, with the complex, create that initial swing momentum, We're almost going to get into our clean. We're going to turn it over right away into a press. So I want to swing, catch, press. Swing, catch, press. I don't need to press it outward. In fact, I want it to stay rather close. It's too much work to turn it out here. Plus, that momentum could really throw off my shoulder and literally...
Joint integrity.
Exactly. Okay? So then after that, again, with the clean, our goal is to hinge as much as possible, create the momentum. If you need to practice this, that's okay. Go for these
Think of
couple
your
times.
kettlebell swing, which you've
Exactly.
patterned.
And once you get to that height position, turn it over, land in our squat. Woo! Good thing this is the last one, or I die.
Yeah, core Batman.
Oh, yeah. We're bent over row. And finally, again, with the power stroke, my hands are going to give out, but I'll keep going. So,
Grip strength.
hinging, floating, earning, extension. Hinging, floating, extension. The key is I want to finish on my toes, really earn that extension. Allow the design of the dumbbells to be advantageous and go around our back. We all spend a lot of time here. So adding the dumbbells gives us an opportunity to really earn that retraction. Think about a 5 to 7 count on the way down for this one.
And if stability is a huge issue when you're coming up on your toes, really try and press through that big toe.
Great coaching. My homie, Synergy K Fit. All right. So that essentially takes care of one of those circuits as suggested in the program, which you may see if you're using the app. We do 2 complete circuits of that. Okay? We want to thank you guys for joining us today. You can reach out to us. Obviously, our social media handles, Wellness and Wellness Training, Synergy K Fit. We don't have an issue meeting you for an online consultation and assessment. And if you guys need a workout here and there, we can definitely set up a time for a live feed or a FaceTime feed where we can get you set up for unique, workout goals that you may have based upon your unique movement capabilities. That's what we really trust and we really promote when we're doing our programs. It isn't about just throwing things together. We want to make it very unique and very manageable for you and respect if you've had any injuries.
We're also going to be throwing this live on to IGTV so you can view it later on if you missed it.
Awesome. Thanks again for tuning in. Next time we do this, of course, we're going to keep using our calendar that we've created for our intermediate fitness challenge. And we'll look at what active recovery looks like. That's going to be our movement quality day. Funny enough, we say that our program's pretty hard too.
Yeah.
But we really master our technical components of movement where a lot of what we're talking about in respects to earning tension, aligning structures, become more apparent and you're actually working on the technicalities to earn those spaces or earn those positions, which is imperative to injury recovery and just improved performance.
Yeah. Because not only is it mobility, we're actually creating stability in those positions. Because it's no good if you're just mobile, and if you're hypermobile like me, you're more injury prone. So you really need to create that stability with that as well.
Absolutely. And to add on to what she said, it goes both ways. There's someone like myself who's very stiff. I spent tons of years just lifting and looking the part. But because I needed so much dynamic mobility and transitions and changes of position, because I never trained those dynamics or those subtleties, my injuries also happen. So you want to be somewhere between being hypermobile could be good risk, being too stiff could be good risk. That's where we've seen the need to develop things like this. So it'll be really awesome to take that with you. Again, thanks for tuning in today, and we shall talk soon. Keep fit. What was the one you wanted to say? We can't steal that, can we?
See what?
The body break thing?
Oh.
I don't know if we're going to steal that. I think we might get in trouble. So I'm just going to use my slogan, believe and you can achieve. Got one?
No, not today.
Not today, that's fine. Synergy K Fit.
Okay, bye. If we can
Or so we thought.
Yeah, we're trying to add stuff.